Yeah, the dolphin killings is coming in due to that guy who made the report about him being kidnapped by the dolphins and him being brought down to the underwater area to help them fortify the city that they're trying to build down there. And specifically, there was a dolphin named Gerald who was basically the head of the project. So yeah, they basically was trying to they basically backtracked the story and found out that it was true. This is why they made laws and stuff for people to not speak to dolphins. If you didn't know, it's a crime. It's a federal, so-called federal crime to do that. Just like in Japan, every so many years they would have wars with dolphins where they would it was in Japan, I believe they do it, and I think they do it in Sweden, where they go into dolphin pods and they just basically go and slaughter them and murder them. You know what I mean? This is a part of the war that governments have with any other life forms that they don't have agreements with, that are trying to help uplift fallen humanity. Basically, this is part of their shtick and their spiel and how they go about trying to keep us all enslaved to their governments. Yeah, because in Japan they have a whole thing where they slaughter them just like they do in Sweden and places like that. Like it's a big thing. They get down like that. Um, because they don't want nobody speaking on our behalf to our higher sense. Because when you speak to them, they speak it to your higher registers. They're not just speaking to like you directly. Also, they have the ability to use um, dolphin frequency as a means to help control, excuse me, to help express themselves, you know what I'm saying, to one another. Matter of fact, let me draw it real quick. There's a such thing as dolphin frequency, if you didn't know. I'm gonna draw it out for you and then take a picture and then send it to y'all so y'all can see it. This is dolphin frequency, or this is the symbol of dolphin frequency. And what it is it's every animal in the kingdom has a glyph that's associated with it. And those glyphs were used by the ancients in the premillennial reign era to be able to communicate with these things, with these animals and stuff, and speak to them in a language by which they would understand, or you can understand them. And so these glyphs, which were seen as basically like hieroglyphs, it's the same thing with those glyphs that you see like representing the planets, representing the zodiacs. Each one of those is basically a sigil, right? And in the art of sigilmancy, which some believe is a form of divination, well, I'm not going to say it is or it isn't, but within that, they believe that you can focus on the sigil, and with your intense focus and meditation, that you would be able to go into the frequency of what that sigil is, thereby giving you direct access to being able to communicate with the intelligences that exist behind or through that sigil. Okay. So homeboy, when he was taken to the underground city, they allegedly put him in an oxygen bubble that allowed him to do that. Now the question really is, how did they know to target him based on his knowledge on how to do underwater engineering? That's the real question. Like, how did they know that he was the guy that they needed to speak to be able to do this? And the fact that they kept him down there allegedly for so long without any water or food, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't eating fish and stuff down there. So how did that happen? And the way that you know that it did happen was because after that, like I remember being out here after that whole thing was thing, there was a bunch of these different types of trucks. I had never really seen them all along the coast by the beach because I'm by the water, so I get to see all that. So they was all by the water and all that. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't surprise me if they were dealing with trying to find that. But long story short, they found whatever they was looking for with these things, and then basically went down there and attacked them, because they're taking it as an act of war. You see what I'm saying? Because remember, we're all basically hostage. We all basically are being held hostage by world governments. World governments are acting as if they're benevolent to the people, but they all serve whatever entities these governments have been in league with since the so-called resets went down.